Does she recall?
Yeah.
You ready, sir?
Okay, so
we'll let-
quorum,
no,
yeah, so
yeah,
she's
no.
got 2 years, okay.
All right, at this time, I'll call to order the regularly scheduled committee meeting for the Village of Midlothian, Wednesday, April 19th, 2023, at 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Clerk Mosco.
Trustee Burbach.
Here.
Trustee Caveney. Trustee Crowley.
Here.
Trustee Hilly.
Here.
Trustee Johnson.
Here.
Trustee Killily. Mayor LaRue.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Thank you, sir. Please stand for a pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll open the floor to public comment. Is there any public comment tonight? Then I will close the floor to public comment. Move on to trustee business. Trustee Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd just like to remind residents that it's getting towards the end of April, and for those of you that have April water bills, your village stickers and pet tags are due at that time. So please come in and purchase them so that you don't have to wait in line. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. How's it going so far? I heard good.
It's gone well. We, as of last week, sold 150.
Good. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Trustee Burbach.
I have nothing, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Hilly.
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you, sir. Trustee Crowley.
Just a couple things this evening, sir. First, on my agenda, I would like to make a motion to approve the manual payment of computer equipment that is on the agenda. This is on the agenda because this is equipment that has already been approved to buy, but we need to cut a manual check for it, and under our ordinance, we need to have approval to do a manual check versus paying it on the bills list. So I'm making the motion to approve.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Burbach.
Aye.
Trustee Crowley.
Aye.
Trustee Hilly.
Aye.
Trustee Johnson.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next on, excuse me, next on my agenda, I just wanted to kind of bring up, over the last some time now, we have been having discussions about the complaints that we've started receiving again now that the weather's nice from residents about speeding in the area. And I just wanted to make the board aware that Trustee Hilly and I, along with Chief Delaney and Public Works, will be forming a committee, and we will be asking residents from different areas of Midlothian to join the committee to come up with a traffic enforcement plan, and we will be rolling that out sometime early in May. So I just wanted to give the board a heads up on that, and if anybody has any suggestions or ideas, certainly email them to Trustee Hilly or myself. Next, a couple announcements from the CPCS. This Community Policing and Safety Committee is planning a Thunderbolts game. It's a fundraiser. It will be on a Friday night in August. Also, National Night Out, August 1st. Please mark your calendars. Anybody interested in volunteering can contact me as well, and we will get you on our list. Next on my agenda, yesterday we had our Finance Committee meeting, and the Finance Committee reviewed the 2024 fiscal year budget, as well as changes to our employee handbook, comp time policy, a cell phone policy, and a equipment return policy. We had a few minor changes on those policies. Our finance department is making those corrections. I'd ask that Deputy Clerk Kalaki put them on the consent agenda for next week, and if there's any concerns with the revisions, we'll hold it to the following week, because I will not be here next week. After that, we will also have our 2024 appropriations budget on the agenda for approval, and everybody should have received a copy of that today. Finally, over the next couple of weeks, the mayor, Trustee Caveney, and I will be meeting with and talking to some economic development consultants that we've gotten some positive feedback from about assisting the village in getting their website, our website up to date for our economic development page, as well as a policy and an application for our financial incentives to new developers. And that is all I have this evening, sir.
And you sent out the email. If anyone gets a chance, do check out Roselle's, the Village of Roselle's website. It is a fantastic economic development page. It has a very thorough TIF portion.
Yes.
But I guess my point would be is we can be a really great economic development committee, but we really need a good foundation, and we need that
Yes.
communication out there that's available to anyone to look out without calling, so.
I also sent I sent a note to our to our grant writer, asking them to look for any additional grants that we might use in that endeavor. So hopefully we'll be able to pull some funds from there as well.
Thank you. That's it.
That's all I have.
Thank you, ma'am. Attorney Valdez.
Yes, I have done some research with regard to the suggestion that there be a creation of a transfer stamp fee or tax. It's been referred to as a tax, and obviously my comments that I provided in the board docs that under 65 ILCS 5/8-3-19, except as provided in subsection I, which does not apply to us, no home rule municipality shall impose a new real estate transfer tax after the effective date of this amendatory act of 1996 without prior approval by referendum. I had a conversation with Trustee Killelea shortly after the board meeting to say that a transfer tax is not really plausible, given that since 1996, when this statute was amended, no municipality has been successful in a referendum to create one. I checked, other municipalities do have transfer taxes, but they precede 1996, including Hazelcrest, East Hazelcrest, which has a $25 transfer tax. However, it also was passed before 1996, which means that they declined to try and pass a referendum to raise it. Make a long story short, the village does have the ability to charge an administrative fee for the utility that it provides to the residents, which would be the water bill. A significant part of the transfer tax recoup. The goal of the board is to get transfer tax to make up for personnel time to prepare the stamp, which is free right now, in closing out the water bill, it's what building code fines and other debts to the village. So rather than doing it the impossible way, which would be to have a referendum, notice of a referendum, have a public hearing, and then pass a referendum, we can get to the same place simply by imposing, if the board chooses, a water certification fee, which would be a $25 fee charged to the seller of someone who is transferring a water account out of the owner's name into someone else's name. That can be added to the water water bill section of the village code. And that would be almost certainly unchallengeable, given that it's related strictly to the administration of the water department. And it's an administrative fee, which reflects less than the cost of personnel time to do it. And that's the standard for creating this fee. Is it closely related to the amount of time to what is expended by the municipality in order to justify the charge? And $25 clearly would be warranted and justifiable under it. So it's up to the board. If they want, I could have a proposed water fee certification ordinance fee ready by the next board meeting.
Can we get that on the next month's finance meeting?
Yes.
Is that right? And if you have that ready for us, we'll bring that to the finance committee meeting. That'd be perfect. Okay. That's it.
That's all.
Thank you, sir. Under my business, I had on the agenda the discussion of the sale of Rady Lodge. As I said last week, the village received no bids for the property. So I wanted to have a discussion this week about what the board thought, but unfortunately there's 2 trustees out, and I did not want to have this conversation unless all 6 trustees were here. So my apologies, Ed, if that's what you came for. This is Director Jung from the Midlothian Park District in the back there. Based on their previous statements of intent to want the property, I emailed him today to ask him to send us a proposal if they still wanted it. Send us a proposal so that the board could review it and we could hopefully work something out. So. Anyone? Okay. So we got on that. I was asked, and I don't need to be asked, since we're talking about August. Our 37th annual Midlothian Charity Golf Classic is coming up Monday, August 14th, 2023, at the historic Midlothian Country Club. We're going to say this often, so because as Trustee Hilly tells everyone, the spots fill up fast. So get on board early so you can reserve your spot in the outing. And what was the other thing? Oh, an incident occurred yesterday at ABC Wireless, 147th and Turner, and I'll try not to get upset about it. An individual was out tagging the side of the business. It was clearly tagging, it was clearly graffiti. I was made aware of it late evening before it got dark. I drove over myself, interacted with the individual who told me that he had permission from the business owner to do such a thing, and I told him that is impossible. If he wanted to do something like that, he would have to come to the board for the village for a permit to do something like that. Just want to say the village does not condone, approve, agree with individuals tagging the side of buildings with obvious graffiti. The property owner was contacted this morning, told that they had 24 hours to get it removed, and they said they agreed to that, and apparently as of this evening, someone was out painting it over. So I just wanted to be clear out there that the village did not approve someone tagging the side of a building. So that's all I have. Clerk Moscow.
I just have one thing for the board, and that is next week we will have on the agenda resolution to keep our closed minutes closed. We updated with all our most recent ones since last we updated that. That will be on the consent agenda. That's all I have.
Seeing there's no further business coming before the board, I'm looking for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.